Hello everyone and welcome to this new video talking about how we can use Netweb to monitor our network. Today, as in my first video, I'm going to use my interface 2 to do this example. I've changed though my netmask, so now I have a 255.255.0.0 netmask, meaning that these 2 bytes over here may change in my network. As in my first example, the first thing I'm going to do is scan my network, so I can discover all my devices. I've changed my netmask, and the software is asking me if I'm sure if I want to scan such a big subnet, because it may take more than 10 minutes to scan all these devices. So I'm going to just say no for the moment, and I'm going to show you the scanner setup. The scanner setup is a tool which allows me to specify what subnets I want to scan. So in this case, since I know that in my network I have 2.0.0.x in devices in it, I want to scan just that subnet. So I'm going to set here 2.0.0.0/24, meaning that I want to scan only the subnet on this byte here. I will add this to my list, and I'm going to close this window. Now I will scan again, and as you can see, now the software doesn't ask me if I'm sure about this. Great, now it has found same devices as in the first video. I'm going to just right click here and add all of them to the scene. I will move these 2 on top, and I will move these 2 down below. Great. Now, as you can see, my devices are still blue, meaning that they have been added to the scene, but they are not checked yet if they are still alive. So I will scan again, just to make sure they are still alive. Great. As you can see, they have all gone green, meaning that they are alive in the network. As you can also see, these devices have been found after a period of time logged in the console log. All network changes will be logged in the console log, and then we can export these logs to troubleshoot if we had any problems in our network. We have the timestamps and the nodes activated or deactivated in the network. I'm going to add now a monitor console. Monitor consoles allow us to see what protocols these devices are sending to us. It's important to note that this software runs on a host point of view, meaning that if there are multiple devices in the network talking to each other via unicast packets, we may not see those. Also, the monitor console will display either broadcast packets, multicast packets that we are subscribed to, or unicast packets that we actually receive. We can change the monitors and see the different packets received by these devices. As you can see here, this device is sending SACN data. I can add multiple monitors to monitor multiple devices at the same time. Monitors data update every time a new scan is performed. So we can automate this scan by setting an auto scan interval. So if I set here, for example, 2 seconds and start an auto scan, every 2 seconds a new scan will be performed, as you can see. Except if the last scan is still going on. In that case, it will wait until the last scan has finished. As you can see, the packets are now updated. We can leave this running for as long as we want, and then we can have real network updates. I'm going to stop this auto scan for now. We can use a scanner setup for multiple things. For example, in this case, I'm only scanning on this subnet here, but I could scan multiple subnets. For example, I could scan also at 2.0.1.0/24. Now, with the same scan, I will perform 2 subnet scans. I don't have any device on this other subnet, but if I had, it will appear here as well. We can use this setup to also scan other interfaces. So in this case, I have my Wi-Fi, so I could also scan 192.168.1.1/24. In this case, it will also scan my Wi-Fi. I'm going to just delete this, and I can run now a scan. Great. As you can see, now multiple devices have been found. I can add all of them, and these 3 new devices have been found. As you can see, now I have my 2.0.0.x devices as well as my 192.168.1 devices. If I run another scan, these devices should go green. Great. Now I have all my devices in the same scene. I could also use the scanner setup to scan specific devices. So imagine you have a big network and you don't want to discover new devices, but you want to specifically target one device or multiple devices. So I can go to the scanner setup. I'm gonna delete both subnets, and I'm gonna set specific devices. So I will target specifically the 4 devices on my 2.0.0 range. So I will target, for example, 2.0.0.181/32, meaning that I will specifically target for this subnet, which is a specific host actually. I will do the same for the other 3 devices in my subnet. So I will do 2.0.0.1/32. I will say 2.0.0.58/32, and I will say 2.0.0.5/32. I will close this window. You will see when I perform a new scan that these 4 devices here will stay green, while these 3 devices here will go red. Because now I'm targeting specifically these 4 devices. I won't discover any other device that I may add to the network, and this is a much better way to scan specific devices, target specific devices, because the scanning process is much more optimum. I will scan, and as you can see, the timing will decrease since I am only targeting 4 devices in my network. If I now start auto scans again, this will go much faster, especially in big networks. Last thing I wanted to show you is the LLDP discovery. LLDP is a network protocol that allows specifically switches know what neighbors they have. So by doing an LLDP discovery, I can automatically know what I'm connected to which port, and I can add the information by LLDP on this specific device. So as you can see now, this progress bar is running, meaning that the discovery is being done. LLDP by default on all switches run every 30 seconds, so this discovery runs for 31 seconds, just to make sure we get some packets if there are any packets. So as you can see, when it finishes, if there are any LLDP data in the network, it will ask me what info I want to add to this device. And I can say, for example, I want to know that I'm connected to the port 11. I want to know that I'm connected to this switch names and descriptions and its capabilities. I can also auto-connect the switch and myself if that's what I want, and I can then press OK, and as you can see now, it has connected me with this specific switch at this specific port. If I just hover over the device, I can see the information displayed here. If I want to change this information, I can just press on the plus button, and here I can edit some notes. I think that's all for today. I hope you find this video interesting, and see you in the next video.